I suppose now's as good a time as any then to get onto the other news, football-based news we have,
Yes.
which is the FIFA ratings have just been announced.
Right. And to introduce something new to the podcast, I just did a bit of tweaking
Yes.
earlier.
Now,
Ta-da!
hopefully you can see that. Hopefully, we've switched screens now,
And look at this
and
cursor. It's going to distract you all
we're
the time.
we're showing a picture of Lionel Messi.
Yeah, so like I can still transfer back and forth, but essentially on Thursday it got announced that the ratings are in, so they've shown the top 100 ones. So I think what we should do is go through the list, say whether we agree with these or not, how they were. I can tell you how they were rated last game, if I can remember what they were rated or an estimate, and even so whether they deserve the rating or not. So without further ado, we got the first one up. Our boy, Lionel Messi. So he's rated 93. I think that's the same as last year. I think...
Now, what's the highest he's ever got at?
94.
Rating-wise.
He was rated in FIFA 19, I believe. I don't know if he's ever been rated higher than 94 with a standard gold card.
I mean, this is probably sacrilege to say, but after the season he's had and the turmoil at Barcelona... I feel like he should be a little bit lower than that.
Yeah, probably 92
and plus
or 91.
He's getting up, and plus he's getting up there in years. I know he hasn't missed much of a beat, but he's in his mid-30s now.
Yeah, I just I think his pace decreases a lot from year to year. His dribbling is still, as you can see, at its peak. And then, I think his physicality's gone down a bit as well. Right there, I'm pretty sure it was a bit higher. But mainly, I think in FIFA 19, I think he was a central attack. Here he's a right wing. Bad news to all lefties out there. But, shooting on par. He scored that belter against Liverpool last year in the Champions League, the game that they were actually good in. Messi, I don't think Messi's much to blame for a lot of Barcelona's shortcomings in the recent times, but it is what it is, and hopefully this revitalization for the club will prove something for Barcelona.
Yeah, and when we say lefties, by the way, we mean presumably left-footed people.
I was going to say left wingers, but yeah.
Yeah.
So the next one, I want to go a bit quicker with this, just because there's 100.
Yeah. Let's pick up the pace with this.
Yeah. So there's Cristiano Ronaldo, 92 he was 94 in FIFA 19, then went down to 93 last year, and now he's 92.
Well, again, I think it's just an age thing, probably.
Possibly, yeah.
You feel like once players start going past 30 years old, they slowly descend from their peak,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I mean, obviously, it's far from the case with Messi and Ronaldo, but, I think that's just a general rule of thumb.
Yeah.
When it comes to FIFA.
Anyway, next one. This is your boy, Robert Lewandowski. Now,
I really like Robert Lewandowski. I think he's a fantastically talented footballer.
Yeah, I feel like he should be higher than Ronaldo, in my honest opinion. He has had an absolute belter of a season. This is EA we're talking about, and they only skim over things. But I think Lewandowski arguably has been the best striker in the world last season, in my honest opinion. And I think he should have been 92 or 93.
So are we going in order of the highest rated to the low? Is he the third highest rated player in the game then, Lewandowski?
Yeah, third highest. And same rating as him is Kevin De Bruyne, no brainer. I mean, the guy is just an absolute machine. He's just the most well-rounded player of the Premier League, and I just don't think there's much getting around him, to be honest.
Yeah, again, fantastic footballer. Definitely scored my goal of the season last year against Newcastle.
Yeah, and seeing him against playing for Belgium as well, they've just got such a robust team at the moment. They've got so many world-class players on that team. Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised if they win the Euros.
Interestingly, no Liverpool players yet.
Yeah, well, yeah. I think it's weird because you get the stars of those sorts of leagues at the very top, the standout players, but then with the Premiership you get consistently high amount of players.
You know what? It's like Liverpool as a team unit are great.
Yeah.
Those players you mentioned, they're kind of the sort of what want I say? I don't want to say they're one man teams, but they're definitely the vanguard of like the footballing ability at their respective clubs.
Yeah. Next, I don't necessarily agree it should be this high, but here we have our other boy, I guess, Mr. Neymar.
Oh God. Yeah,
Well, I just
my favorite footballer.
that shooting is so inaccurate. There should be like 70 or something based on Titanic shots.
I mean, I think that's fair enough. Personally, he's a terrific footballer, but I just don't like him as a.
Yeah,
I think he's a little. He gets under my skin slightly, quite frankly.
Like the dribbling, like he's good at dribbling, but everything else, like when it comes to shooting and things like that, I just think he's suffered a bit in the Champions League so far. Anyway, next on our list, and this is the highest rated goalkeeper. Can you take a guess right off the bat? Who do you think it is?
Highest rated goalkeeper, Neuer, presumably.
No,
it
is Jan Oblak.
Oh yeah, that he was going to be my other guess.
I mean, yeah, he's just. He's just exceptional for Atletico, and his rate is just so good, and I don't think he's really missed much of a beat as of late. It's
Can't
just,
argue that.
Yeah. Here we go.
I think all these ratings are pretty fair and consistent so far. To be fair, and I don't really have any complaints about.
Yeah,
them.
I think in terms of like whether they should be a one rating higher, one rating lower, it's minor. But yeah, I can see what you mean. But next we've got Virgil van Dijk. Now, this is exactly the same as last year. I mean, he's just been consistent and all the rest of it. So I don't really have much quarrels there. I don't think many centre backs get rated higher than 90. So it is quite a high achievement for him alone to get. I
mean, he made the one mistake he made. Thankfully, he made against us when we played him in the league at home.
Yeah,
but I think we were the only one of 3 teams, was it, to beat Liverpool in the league last season, and it was thanks to Virgil van Dijk's mistake, basically, which is so uncharacteristic of him. Because you're right, he's been a top quality, consistent centre back for Liverpool.
The only time I seen him kind of cower away was the first leg of the Barcelona game, but besides from that, he came back swinging, and same goes for all that Liverpool team. Right, so next...
yeah, Scurvy, by the way, says good to see a Dutch player highlighted, even though I'm more into baseball.
Yeah,
but fair dues. Yeah, I mean, Holland. Actually, it's a bit that. You meant to say Netherlands, aren't you, rather than Holland? Holland's a region.
Yeah.
The Netherlands are, I mean, football-wise, they've gone off the grid slightly in recent years. They used to be the golden era for me was when they had Van Persie, Van Nistelrooy, Wesley Sneijder, Arjen Robben.
It was like that 2006,
Edwin van der Sar. I mean, all these top quality players. But they may have a bit of a renaissance in them. I don't really know. I haven't been following the Nations League or anything, so I've no idea how they've been doing in that.
I mean that 2010 game against Spain in the finals, that was so close, and it was just from Iniesta just scoring that insane goal out of nowhere that just caught everyone off guard.
Wasn't quite as close when they played each other in the World Cup a few years later, and they got Spain got hammered by them 5-1, I think it was.
Yes, but I don't know. Spain have declined quite a bit, I think, in recent years. They used to have such a... I think a lot of their star players have aged quite a bit now as well. Like, David Silva's coming on a bit. He's Spanish, isn't he? Or is he Portuguese?
Yeah, he's quality. I think he's just left Man City as well.
Yeah,
I would have snapped him up in a heartbeat. I think he's top quality.
Yeah.
Scurvy grew up in the Netherlands. They never had anything with football at all. That's surprising to me. I feel like Netherlands... over the with the Cruyffs and the Van Bastens and Dennis Bergkamps, I feel like they're quite a football centric nation. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know what Netherlands primary. I mean in Hungary apparently the primary sport there is handball. I believe.
Yeah. Well, moving on to the next one. This guy, I think he's just rising up to be possibly one of the best players in the world right now. Can you take a guess?
Best young player. Oh, Mbappe.
That is correct. Kylian Mbappe,
Yes.
90. I think.
Kylian Mbappe. I love him. He's
I
brilliant.
think was he 87 last game or 88? He was one of those, but or was he 89? Either way, I mean, Mbappe is always going to be a top. Whenever anybody plays him in on Ultimate Team, the other team is pretty much screwed. I think is just no coming up against him. He's just that good.
I should point out, by the way, that I haven't played FIFA since FIFA 15.
Good. So you're not missing much.
So I've no idea how accurate in terms of how consistent the ratings have been over the past few games. I know I think that it's fair to say they're kind of been consistent, but if you draw like a graph, I couldn't tell you, if they've gone up, which ones have gone up, which ones have gone down, yada yada yada.
Well, I think it was it 06? Messi was like 76 or something like that. And you're just like, what the fuck? So
apparently Mbappe is the cover star in FIFA 21. Michael Winfield says in the chat.
I mean, what's it called? I'm actually, and this is
I
breaking
think that's well
news.
deserved, personally. I think he's one of the best footballers in the world.
Yeah, and it's breaking news. I'm actually, instead of FIFA 21, I'm going to be getting Pro Evo with the season upgrade, because it's just Konami did the right thing, and they've said, look, we haven't, we can't update so many things in a year, so we've just this is our first game for cheap, and then you can get the season upgrade for 25 quid. I'm just like, yeah, but EA just money cows.
Yeah, they really they kind of. I can't really talk because I spend a lot of money on Twitch,
Yeah, but that's your choice,
But I do feel like EA are kind of bleeding a lot of.
It's the pay to win, and
your average gamer dry. You have to, in order to have the best Ultimate Team, you have to spend like real money, and I think that's just, unlike fantasy football where you can choose any player you like within reason, and you don't have to spend a thing,
Yeah, it's just what is it?
Or champ manager, or
pay to win.
Like that,
I think is a bit of a fuel for in-game gambling in a way. I think
yes,
that's the problem.
Buying loot crates, and are loot crates still a thing? I'm
not as much as before. It's more Fortnite inspired season passes, didn't they? And season upgrades or whatever they're called. The things.
Well,
where
I'm completely out of the loop when it comes to modern gaming.
But the thing is, like with games like Fortnite, you only pay extra for like the new skins and costumes and things like that. You don't pay to be better at the game, which is what FIFA Ultimate Team, I think it pushes forward, and as a result, it left a lot of competitive players quite angry at the game as a result. So,
So, do we have many more players to go? Or?
Yes, we do. So, this one's a bit of a tie. Well, it is a complete tie because we got Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mane. So Sadio Mane is now caught up to Mohamed Salah. They got the exact same rating because they're
rated equally. That's very interesting.
I personally think that Mane was more consistent than Salah last season.
I think so as well. Yeah,
but
Salah had a blistering first couple of seasons for Liverpool, but there's no denying he's kind of got off the pace slightly.
Yeah,
he's still a quality player, but I think Mane has definitely outshone him this season. I agree with you.
Yeah, that's it really for that. I mean, Mane's had a good record with goals and things like that, and he's just so quick on the ball. I was watching because I've been going through the All or Nothing documentary. I was looking at the Man City one as well, and I could see it showed that red card that Mane got, where it was Edison's first game, and he got absolutely pelted and taken off the pitch because Mane he booted him in the head.
Yeah.
Or was it the chest one of those?
Fairs. I do seem to recall that. My memory's hazy of last season because last season was so long.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Was that last season or was that the season before?
Well, Man City.
Yeah.
No, it was was it 2017? I don't know. It was when Edison.
A couple of seasons ago.
Yeah, a couple of seasons ago.
Right, okay.
Next is Ter Stegen. No surprise, he's still the same. I mean,
still no Manuel Neuer. I find that hard to believe.
There's Alisson.
Oh, no way. I'm not having him rated at 90.
Why not?
No way. He's got a mistake in him, Allison.
Yeah,
He's definitely got a mistake in him.
I think
I know. I
he
know
gets
he's been. I
rated
know he's.
high, but
I know he's been fairly consistent for Liverpool, right?
But it's quite
I don't
easy.
know.
Hang on, sorry, bear with me. It is quite easy to be consistent for Liverpool when you've got one of the strongest defenses in the world. That's the thing I have. Like I'm not slagging off his performance. Like he's a good goalkeeper. He's a great goalkeeper even, and he's done some wicked
I'd rate
saves.
him lower personally, but
But
what do I know?
It's how your defense is as well at the same time. So in that. Then we've got Sergio Aguero. I don't think he's slowed down too much, but I think he'd probably go with an 88 in my opinion.
I mean, he's been so consistent for so long, Aguero, that I feel like he merits that rating at least. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. See,
you don't feel like he's ever gonna like slow down. That's the thing about Aguero.
Yeah, that's it. How old is he now? 31, 33?
He'll probably be. I imagine he'll be in his 30s.
Yeah,
by now.
But
anyway, sorry. What was your next one?
That was Sergio Ramos, dick.
Yeah, everyone's favourite footballer, Sergio Ramos.
Everyone's favourite red-faced, red-carder, all the rest of it. Yeah.
I would love a defender like him, just an absolute shithouse, no nonsense. Just complains but someone who complains and hacks players down, but is actually good.
It's just the Real Madrid mentality, isn't it? In a nutshell.
Yeah.
But
get stuff done, But yeah, I just remember Liverpool fans were so annoyed after the Champions League final for his tackle on Salah.
Oh yeah. That was just such. I think that was quite a humiliating game for Liverpool because never mind that and the 2 goals, but it was like just Bale's goal to come off the rest of that.
That final, I was watching that final in Canterbury in Origins, the student bar on campus.
Yeah.
Do you remember Origins?
I remember Origins.
Yeah. Man, I
Ruby Tuesdays.
I miss Canterbury. Yeah, I miss Canterbury in general, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was watching that game. I'd already graduated uni at that point, but I came down just for a laugh, just for a few days for some gigs and what. I watched Champions League final and Origins, and every single goal had something to be like. Well, apart from maybe Mane's, but like first goal was like a horrible back pass that went awry. And stunned silence because it was mainly Liverpool fans. Although we had a fair share of Madrid fans, as evidenced by when Bale scored that overhead kick.
Yeah,
they absolutely went nuts, and I was just left mouth agape, just like I can't believe he's just done that.
And then you just wonder, like, why Zidane is so harsh on him even after that. But I digress. I mean, we've talked about that in the last podcast or the one before about how Bale's been treated and stuff. But speaking of Real Madrid, we've got Karim Benzema. I think he was 87 in the last game, so he's gone up a bit.
He's one of those players who he had a big reputation a number of seasons ago, but now not so much.
It's weird because, like, Olivier Giroud, I think, has a better track record than Benzema, but Giroud is usually ranked lower than Benzema.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're committing some sort of sacrilege by saying that.
I just spit in facts, mate. I know I don't like Chelsea as much as you do.
As much as I do like Giroud, I've got to say, I don't really begrudge him all that much. To be fair, I know most people do. I don't begrudge any of the good players that at Arsenal that kind of left really, because they were good. They did their Alexis Sanchez. I don't begrudge him really because particularly because he had such a torrid time at Man United. But that's neither here nor there. It's usually the crap ones that play for us that that then leave and say, "Oh, I want to move to here." Get on my nerves. But anyway, carry on.
All right, this one I think is an absolute blasphemy, and this is where Manuel Neuer is. He's rated below Alisson, Ter Stegen. Like,
yeah, that's too low for me.
I personally I rate him higher than Ter Stegen in all honesty. And especially like the entire Bayern team, just like at the top, but just no.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. But I am looking at something that is even more blasphemous because guess who he's rated the same as?
Oh no.
There you go. Fuck off. Fuck off! Seriously. Oh my god. That is no. Just no. Wash out your mouth with soap, EA. Absolute no. Just no. And then
What you think he should be higher?
what? Oh fuck, no. Yeah. Why not? With a face only a mother could love, definitely. No, I'm joking.
Well, you know,
Getting all savage.
The thing is, you know, it's to do with the clubs they're at as well. I feel like if you're playing for Barcelona and Real Madrid, you kind of have to make them that rating, regardless of the. You know, I've seen. Are we getting on to Arsenal and Spurs players in a minute?
Almost, yeah.
Almost, because basically, I would love to see how the entire Arsenal team and Spurs teams are rated on FIFA this season.
Yeah, so we've got.
We can go. We'll maybe go through that at some stage.
Yeah, I mean, we can skip Casemiro here because I don't really have much to say about Casemiro. To be honest, I don't. I'm not too sure.
I don't even know who he is, to be fair.
I'm not surprised Eden Hazard's been rated lower than 91. He was 91 in FIFA 20, but like he hasn't had the best season. So
I think that's far too high.
Yeah,
being honest. Maybe no, I would say 80, 85 for at most. You know,
possibly
because he had that torrid season at Chelsea where he barely got any goals or assists, and they ended up like 14th.
Was that the one where he attacked the ball boy? By the way, well. Was that something
Might
else?
have been that season.
I don't know. Okay.
Attacked a little innocent Welsh ball boy.
Oh, yes.
At Swansea. What was that?
What
yes.
Oh, yes.
Turned Scottish for a second.
Oh, it's because I saw the next one and I was like,
turned into groundskeeper Willie.
Oh, yes, we got a bit of Raheem Sterling here. Why not, eh? Oh, no, I'm turning into Salah.
Good God. That's like Spanish and Scottish, and I don't even know what that is.
I don't know, but I do rate Sterling. So I'm trying to do Pep now. It's not
let's move on from the accents, shall we?
Okay.
Yeah, Sterling. That's fair enough. I think he's earned his place.
Yeah.
Blistering form for Man City this season.
Again, I don't watch much Italian football, so I can't really say much about Handanovic. But I've heard he's like the probably the best goalkeeper in that area. So you know.
I'm slightly perturbed that Aubameyang, we haven't seen him in this list yet.
Well, I think. Okay, he's not next. Next is Toni Kroos. He used to be like 90 or 91 in FIFA 19, and now he's 88. He's slowed down quite a bit. So,
Scurvy says he needs that Scottish voice as an alarm.
Wake up, you bastard! This is a player.
Oh my word!
But yes, out together, man.
Yeah.
So we got Koulibaly. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Is it Koulibaly or is that
Koulibaly? I think.
Right.
Koulibaly. Koulibaly, maybe.
I know he's
Koulibaly.
I know he's sought after a lot by the Premier League, and I think I can't say much about the rating, I suppose. So I don't know. Do you have anything? It's just Italian football.
Is he a central defensive midfielder, right?
He's centre back. So
centre back, okay.
Yeah,
right.
like that. But it is what it is. Anyway, next we've got my boy, and he might be rated lower if we don't get a fucking striker, and that's Harry Kane.
Oh, you see, I genuinely no bias here, but Aubameyang has been better than Kane last season.
I don't really blame Kane for that though, because like Kane has been, even when he came back from injury against Liverpool, I don't think he was that ready to compete, but they felt like they needed Kane because they just don't have anybody else in his place. I mean, you know, you've got Son, but Son is not a natural striker. He's more of he works better on the wings. So, you know, you need someone who can play on that.
Plus, I think there should be another rating for talking ability.
You mean dribbling?
And yeah, dribbling, which is exactly what he does out the side of his mouth whenever he talks.
No, I can't, I'm not saying anything because he's my guy. And I probably refuse
sorry, Harry. I'm sure you're a lovely guy, but I'll
be refused entry into the hospital stadium after COVID's gone down. Oh God,
banter. The key banter, if you will.
Oh, so next is
Plug.
Edison. No surprise there. I think he has dropped in performance a tiny bit.
I think he should be docked a couple of points because of that hideous neck tattoo that he has.
You mean the Ollie Sykes tattoo?
Oh my word, it's hideous. It's so distracting whenever he's in goal, and I just see him with that monstrosity on the side of his head.
I know what you mean. Next we got the one Spurs let get away, and that is Paulo Dybala.
Okay,
he did really shine last season from what I've seen. So like,
is that Juventus that batch?
Yeah. So because Pro Evo have got the license to Juventus, so they have to change it to Piedmont.
Oh really? So FIFA can't have Juventus's actual crest in the game.
Yep, that is true.
Wow,
is correct.
That's interesting.
So there's that, and then this is an interesting one. Joshua Kimmich bumping up the ranks. Another Bayern Munich player. I don't disagree because he's just been a good fielder for the team. So that's
Good fielder.
What it is.
Scores lots of field goals.
Yeah. Okay. I can't remember. I think we got Kante. I don't know if that's higher or lower than last season. I think he might have been 89 last season. I'm not too sure. If someone could correct that for me. But
Kante is definitely not the player he was at Leicester.
Yeah, I haven't seen many highlights of him at Leicester, to be honest. I've just seen mainly what he did for France, and
he was absolutely outstanding for Leicester. But I feel like since moving to Chelsea, like a lot of times players move to Chelsea, Danny Drinkwater and
Drinkwater.
Barkley.
Don't mention Drinkwater to Irish guy.
Yeah. I was talking about this the other day to one of my mates. He got arrested for drink driving last year, Danny Drinkwater, and I don't think there was a single pun headline that I saw. I was devastated.
As long as he doesn't light a firework in the bath, he should be okay.
Yeah. Balotelli.
Yeah. This next one I think is also very well deserved, and he was so underrated in FIFA 19, and that is Trent Alexander-Arnold, arguably the best right back in the world.
Yes, to be fair, I would say he definitely deserves that.
I think he was 84 or 83 in FIFA 19. Sorry, it's FIFA 20. So yeah, he's definitely bumped up the rankings for that, and I think he's very good at the assists, and I think he's got a few goals in last season, didn't he? I think so, but
fair
not too sure. We can skip Cellini because I don't really know much about Cellini. But then
Italian international.
Yeah,
Cellini. We were in for him a few years ago, but again, one of those players like Benzema, who's kind of, I feel like might have been a bigger deal a few seasons ago.
Yeah. Then you probably saw the next one, which is Hugo Lloris.
For goodness sake, really?
I think Hugo he should release Lloris.
Yeah, Hugo released.
No, don't release him. He's a. If you've seen the documentary, you see how much of an influencer he is.
You know what? I was going to ask you about All or Nothing and whether you'd seen any episodes of it.
I've seen up until episode 6 at the moment, and there is a big contrast. Sorry, there is a big contrast between what a kind of a captain Harry Kane is versus what kind of a captain Lloris is. If Lloris is the captain, you better play well, otherwise he is going to absolutely rain hell down on your ass. Because you know the Man City game where we won 2-0?
Yes.
I think partly if it wasn't for Lloris giving the dressing room an absolute beatdown, they wouldn't have come back that well. He's like, fucking hell, guys, we got to get back up and all that kind of stuff. And
another one of Kieran's amazing accents there.
Yes, we got to get back up, and
that's Borat. It's nice. I'm the goalkeeper for Tottenham Hotspur. It's nice.
I dislocated my elbow. Not nice. But I think since Lloris came back from injury, I think he has been quite outstanding. And, when he is there, Tottenham can keep more of a clean sheet because he commands the back line very well. And, did you see when he was arguing with Son after the Premier League?
Yes, I did see that, actually. I thought it was hilarious.
I've seen, there's a preview of the Amazon documentary, what happened in the actual dressing room of that. and he just went off on Son. And the reason was because Son didn't run back to help defend like Kane and Lucas did. So he was angry at him for that. And then Mourinho came in and said, he didn't say like break it up, you're like kids or whatever. He just said use this to fuel yourselves in the second half. And Mourinho is very good at exploiting people, I find.
Absolutely. Well, that's his sort of thing. That's just how he is, Mourinho. I can't wait to get to the part in All or Nothing where it covers the Eric Dyer climbing the steps, in the stadium.
I think so far from what I've seen, it's covering right up to the end. When Son got injured, that's where it covers up to at the moment. But
Scurvy says you gentlemen seriously need to do the FIFA voice pack as commentators.
He did really come out of the woodwork that well, didn't he?
Yeah.
One team on their game today, the other very off colour.
After all those shots in the head, I think Soup's going to be on his diet for the foreseeable future. Oh, wait, no, that's WWE games.
He's got a family, damn it.
Literally, every WWE game has the exact same commentary, and I'm just done with it,
Yeah. Anyway, next, we've got... This is probably why...
Hit that one well, Fletch. Sorry, Karen.
This is probably... this is probably why Koeman wanted to kick Suarez out of the team, because he's had a sneak peek at his FIFA rating and he thinks this is not good for business. So Suarez
again, probably racing down because of his propensity to bite people.
Well, that would come under physicality, I reckon, which is quite high.
Yeah.
So there's that. Also, another one that's fallen from grace a little bit is Luka Modric. I think. Yeah, it's fair enough. Like, he hasn't been as good since after the World Cup. I
still think he's a terrific player. He was Croatia's best player at the last World Cup.
Oh, yeah, by far. Like, in FIFA 19, he was 91, and then last game he was 90, and now he's dropped to 87. It's like, wow. And when a player drops to 87, they fucked up.
Man, it saddens me to see all these ex and current Spurs players up there. Not a single ex or current Arsenal player yet to be seen.
Yeah, well, next we got a PSG guy, Di Maria. Now.
From his Man United career, he probably should be lower than that.
I think in 19 he was like 84 or something like that. So, to me, he looks like there was an old game reviewer called The Game Dude, and he was like an AVGN ripoff. Di Maria just looks like him so much. Or the Game Dude looks like
was
him.
it the Irate Gamer?
No, not Irate Gamer. It's a different one.
There's another AVGN ripoff out there.
Oh yeah. Game Grumps took the piss out of him in one of their commentaries. It's hilarious.
Is that the Only G thing?
G thing?
Game Grumps. Only G.
Only
the guy that does the cartoons.
Oh, you mean Ego Raptor and Danny Sexbang.
I have no idea what their names are. To be fair, I've never listened to that podcast.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Welsh Penny, thank you for listening. Appreciate it.
How's it going, Penny?
Hope you're enjoying talking us and nonsense about FIFA and.
I got kind of an Arsenal player here. Here you go.
Wojciech. Yeah.
That guy.
I've got to say, I think he was definitely one of our best keepers over the last 2 years.
Yeah. He was a good man.
I actually was quite gutted when he left, because he loved Arsenal as well.
Yeah.
And he also loved taking the piss out of Tottenham, which endeared me to him more.
Well, I don't know. Have you seen Harry Kane's goal against Juventus last year, where he kicked it from the halfway line and it went right past Szczesny?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I haven't. No, I haven't. He named him from the halfway line.
Yep. It was.
Oh, wow.
It was like in the 90th minute as well. So it was just humiliation. Here we go.
Jeez.
But on to proper Arsenal now. We've got Aubameyang. I think he should be
low.
higher.
Too low. I'm sorry, that is too low.
I would say so as well. No doubt.
I would say he should at least be 89. I would say,
yeah,
or 90, because he's an unbelievable finisher. He's joint top scorer 2 seasons in a row. Arsenal's top scorer ever since he joined. The fastest Arsenal player to get 100 goals since Thierry Henry, I believe.
I think probably the only reason he's gotten that low of a score is probably because of Arsenal's placement last season.
Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it, with FIFA? They can't rate certain players too high, otherwise it will mess up the rating system for the whole team.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And it goes to show with like this one's Sergio Busquets. I don't know, like in terms of Barcelona these days, it's very very odd to see highly rated players except Messi, or Ter Stegen. So I don't know if I agree with that one.
Mm.
But
Yeah, I agree, Michael. If you're talking about Aubameyang, yeah, he definitely deserves a 90.
yeah, got Ciro Immobile, yeah, solid striker, I think, so not too bad. Keylor Navas, I think he's always been quite an underrated goalkeeper in my opinion. He was very underrated when he was at Real Madrid. You know, he kept being second choice to Courtois, and you know how Courtois ended up. So I think, yeah, I think Navas could do with a rating higher. Antoine Griezmann next. Yeah, I think he hasn't really shown a lot of flair at Barcelona. So yeah,
I kind of forgot he even played for Barcelona, to be honest.
that's the thing, isn't it? Like, you know, you knew him when he was at Atletico, but
yeah, I always associate him with Atletico.
yeah.
Did he ever play for PSG? I can't remember.
PSG. No, I don't know. I can't remember. Maybe.
He probably started at PSG. Hang on. Carry on.
You've got my boy Sonny. I think he should be 88.
Yeah.
Personally.
To be fair, he's a quality player, Son. I think, if anything, he probably deserves higher as well.
I personally think at the moment he is the best player we've got. You know, I think easily like 88 or stretching it a bit with 89, one of those. But like, he's been very versatile. When Harry Kane was injured, he comes in and does his work. You know, as long as he runs back, I think Lloris has scared him, so that's not too bad. But
yeah, apparently Antoine Griezmann never played for PSG. That was entire fabrication on my part. I'm sorry. He is French though.
Welcome to the Keyard podcast. We deliver 100% true news.
Inaccuracy, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Next
so
is...
hang on. Welsh Penny says I think this is referring to Son. He says after being in the army, he should be higher.
Yeah. What's his physicality? His physicality 69. That's just two jokes in one, isn't it?
I mean, well, obviously his shooting ability as well, considering he's in the army.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. But
Very
that
good.
physicality, my God, yeah. He can pass some, I don't know, a mini nuke off to someone, or I'm stretching the joke now. But
wow, that's you really went for it then.
interception.
Yeah,
from the north. Let's.
Oh no. Let's move on.
Roberto Firmino, anyone? Like, I think that's the same as last year, I believe. Like, FIFA 19, he was 86, and now he's 87 for the past 2 years. Fair enough. I mean, he's like, shooting is fairly on point because he doesn't really get as many goals in as Salah and Mane. But like dribbling and being able to pass off to them, I think he does a great job with. So, you know, I think that's pretty solid there. Next is Fabinho. I think Fabinho has been quite exceptional last season. That goal against Man City was an absolute belter.
Yeah.
So, you know, I couldn't really argue with that one that much. Then we've got, oh yes, exciting one, Bruno Fernandes. The saving grace for...
He's been Man U's only kind of consistently good player, really.
He's that dot that they've needed to connect to like the defenders and the forwards. So you know, and I think he was 85 in the last game, 85 or 86. So you know, I think he seems like a bit of a leader. Laporte, I think he's the same as last year. He was injured for a lot of it, so you know it would have been quite unfair to downrate him because like there's no evidence of him showing a decline in performance. So you know that's pretty solid. This is another good one as well, and I'm gonna get out my Scottish accent again for wee Robertson.
Aye, Andy Robertson.
Andy Robertson. Yeah,
I think him and Tierney have the potential to be on the same level. I know they're both kind of Scottish left backs, but man, that left hand side for Scotland,
Arsenal. I find they've got quite
you can make
pacey
a decent
defenders, haven't
case
they?
of putting like one of them at left midfield or left wing, and then one at left back
Yeah,
in the Scottish team.
you've got quite pacey wing backs, haven't you,
Oh
for
man, our
Arsenal?
left
Like,
hand side looks deadly.
yeah, because like
Saka,
Bellerin normally plays right
Maitland
back, doesn't he?
Niles.
But he played he
Bellerin's a
played
right back, yeah, but
but he played midfield today, didn't he? That's what I saw on the lineup.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Well, I'm happy we seem to be keeping Maitland Niles. You know, he's
Yeah,
just looked such a prospect.
I mean, I feel bad for Wolves in a way, but because they sold us a player for cheap, and now they're struggling to get a right back. They really just I don't know what they were thinking,
I
but
feel bad for Hull selling Robertson and Maguire, and now they're both. Maguire's like
on mega money.
the most mega money. Yeah,
Next we got Bernardo Silva again, solid player.
as he tells the Greek police force, obviously.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there. Bernardo Silva, yeah, docked points I think for the racism.
When did that happen? I don't think I.
He called his teammate.
Just say the first letter of the word.
I tell you what. I hope it's Bernardo Silva and not someone else in Man City. But I'm pretty sure it's Bernardo Silva got in hot water for aiming a kind of funny tweet at one of Man City's black players.
I think
But people
I
construed
remember
it as racist.
Yeah, I don't know.
But we won't get into that. Just
I'll stay out of that one.
yeah, we're not touching it. We're keeping it light-hearted here at the Keyard podcast.
And this next one is exactly why Man U want him, and that's Jadon Sancho at 87. I think he was 84 last time, so big upgrade. Quality
Do you think
player.
he'll go to Man City or Man United this season?
I don't think he'll go to Man City. I don't think Man City are in desperate need for him. I think if Man U can stock up the funds, then I think they'll go for Sancho, because I know it's been said that Bale can either go to Tottenham or Man U, but I think Man U would rather go for Sancho than Bale because he's younger and he's just got more to give at the moment, because Bale really does need to get his fitness up.
Are we going through every single player in FIFA, by the way? Because we're going to be here all day otherwise.
Yeah. Let's have a look. Let's just skim through some. So we got Gomez, 86, meh. Gerard Piqué, downgrade. David Silva.
Well, so he should be after the 8-2.
David Silva, 86, debatable.
I think he should be higher than that, personally.
Sommer, I don't have much to say about Sommer. Hummels, Jordan Henderson, that's a bit of an upgrade. He was 83, now he's 86. Very good.
Player of the year, wasn't he, Jordan Henderson?
I think he was, yeah.
Yeah.
Jordi Alba, that is hilarious because he was 89 in FIFA 19 and 88, and now he's dropped down to 86. I think he has declined last season. Thomas Muller, quite underrated, I think, but fair is fair, I suppose. David De Gea, I'm pretty sure he was 89 last time, and now he's 86. What does that tell you?
Tells you he's going down in quality, which is definitely apparent.
He was like 80. Yeah, he was one of the best. He was, if not the best, goalkeeper in the world at one point.
At one point, yeah, not anymore.
Paul Pogba, he's gone down 2 points, 86. Mourinho's best friend.
Well, I'm surprised that he's even given a rating, given how little he's been playing.
Yeah,
like giving Bale a rating based on like what actually has he done, sort of thing.
Yeah, I think Verratti. Don't really know much about Verratti or PSG. Yeah. Rafael Varane. I think that's the same as you got last season.
Yeah. Michael's brought up a good point in the chat, saying will be interesting to see how highly they rate Dean Henderson in the game compared to De Gea.
Well,
Dean Henderson was obviously the keeper at Sheffield United last season. Very consistent, pretty much got Sheffield United to where they ended up in the table. And now he's back at Man United and they've rewarded him with like a new contract.
Yeah.
So who knows whether Dean Henderson will be like first choice for Man United next season ahead of David De Gea.
So we've got Carvajal, I think that is a bit of an upgrade. No, it might be the same as last year, actually. So considered apparently the second best right back in the world. Okay. Jamie Vardy's got an upgrade. He was 82, and now he's 86.
I mean, he's consistent. He consistently scores goals, even though Leicester are kind of diminishing in quality around him.
That's the thing. Like, is he good because of the rest of his team, or is he like a standalone skilled player? It's a bit of a debate, but he didn't he win? Didn't he score the most goals last season?
I think it was.
Or was it Danny Ings?
No. Danny Ings only really came good at the end of the season, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to look that up. Who was top scorer last season? I'm pretty sure Aubameyang was up there.
Okay.
I think it might have been Vardy.
Next, we got Chelsea's new boy, Thiago Silva. He was rated higher before, but now he's just 85. Fair enough.
Hang on, Thiago Silva.
The PSG guy. Oh, Rob. I think Rob's gone. Ah, no, Rob's gone. Where's he gone? Uh-oh. Let's wait for him. What happened there?
Damn, sorry. I was so shocked by the fact that was Thiago Silva. I accidentally got rid of the.
You rage quit, did you?
I rage quit at the start of Thiago Silva. Yeah, he's getting on a bit, Thiago Silva, isn't he?
Yeah, he's fairly
late.
In his 30s.
Yeah,
now,
it was Jamie Vardy who got the Golden Boot last season.
Fair dues.
As I expected. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Dries Mertens, he's
you know what? That's the first time he's got the Golden Boot in the Premier League, apparently.
What? Thiago Silva?
No, Jamie Vardy. That's his first Premier League Golden Boot for Leicester.
Have you just seen that breaking news that came up?
That surprises me.
What, the breaking news or the football news?
Wait, what football news?
Breaking news: UK coronavirus cases soar by 3,497 and highest Saturday rise since early May.
Well, I mean, that's because everyone was out last night getting absolutely hammered before the sixth rule introduced. We won't go into that.
I just showed up on my screen. So yeah, we got Dries Mertens. He's downgraded a bit. I think he's like 33 now, so I can understand that. But he's still like Tottenham are trying to sign Milik, or they got their eye on Milik, and he's like their third choice. So it's a bit of a weird one. Yeah. Sorry, somebody knows you in the chat, Rob.
Yes, I believe that's my friend Laura.
Okay.
Hopefully I'm right. But good afternoon. I hope you enjoy this absolute nonsense that we're spouting. We're going through the FIFA ratings for next season.
Just up your street, maybe? I don't know. But anyway, we've got Pjanic. I think, he's a quality player for Juventus.
Oh wait, no, sorry, it's it's Jam, who's a mate of mine who also has a Twitch channel.
All right.
I would plug it, but I've completely forgotten the name of it because I'm useless. I'm so sorry. Scrub Force, that's it. So go and check out Scrub Force.
Oh.
It's Jam's gaming channel.
Okay. Right, so we've got, Pjanic, and then Wijnaldum. I think that's a slight point higher than last season, but Wijnaldum, I always find him quite underrated. He's just an amazing, he's just one of those players that can just burst out of nowhere and just.
Oh, apparently Pjanic is at Barca now.
He's at Barca. So it's a bit outdated.
Outdated, the rating system.
That's the thing, see, FIFA are usually quite late to update people's teams. It took them ages to update Steven Bergwijn when he moved to Spurs. Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah. Then we got Diego Godin. I don't really.
Sorry, by the way, Jam. I am very hungover today, so that's why I'm making so many mistakes.
Excuses.
Yeah.
Oh, Toby Alderweireld, how far you've fallen a bit, but I don't know. I think it's a bit harsh. I know Spurs didn't have the best clean sheet last season, but
man, I tell you what, Spurs they've got so many players up there.
Yeah, Alderweireld, I don't think he did have a bit of a. I think what happened was he had a bit of an underperformance because he didn't really know whether he was leaving or going, and then as soon as he signed that contract, he was back on it again. But I think 2 points lower is a bit harsh in my opinion. That's just me. Bonucci, I don't know. Gulasi, is that Leipzig? Yeah. I mean, they were good last season, so I can't really fault them for that. I haven't seen Timo Werner come up though. Have you?
No, not yet.
Marco Reus.
Yeah,
He was 88 last time, so he is coming on a bit though.
Yeah, Hummels and Royce. I mean, I'm quite surprised Dortmund has still kept hold of those two.
Yeah. To answer your question, Jam. Yeah, this is the FIFA 21 ratings that we're looking at. The top 100, but we're nearly there. So we've been on it for the last half hour.
Because I do want to move on to other topics. Don't worry, stick around. We are going to cover more topics. It's just we're engrossed in this.
Yeah, but it seems like people in the chat are... don't spoil it, Penny. But I think people are interested in it, so I think it's worth carrying on. But next we got Carl Walker. I think was he 86 last time or 84? But he's always been great for Man City, and he was brilliant for Spurs. I mean, selling Kyle Walker was
docked points for both being a dick to ball boys and having a hair transplant.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. I rate him though. Thiago.
Oh no, you do. He's ex-Spurs. Of course you rate him.
I'll rate him. Well, the only person I won't rate is Danny Rose, but that's another story.
Thiago, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Pareo. Pareo's I've seen on Football Daily and stuff that they've said he's had one of the weirdest transfers so far. So I guess it is a bit of a weird one. I think. Ericsson. Oh, he was 88, I believe, last time, and now he's dropped to 85. Damn. Do you know what
I still don't think you should have sold him, mate. Personally.
Well, it was either sell him or let him leave on a free, so we didn't really have a choice. I don't think he wasn't going to sign a new contract. He wanted a new challenge, so it was. I think it was better to just get the money and let him go. But Inter have reportedly, apparently, they don't rate him that much because they've only let him play in 7 games since he's been there. So.
I mean, it's all a bit messy at Inter at the moment.
I know what you mean.
I mean, they're starting to get really good, like Lukaku is...
Lukaku's brilliant at the moment,
He's on fire for them.
By all means, yeah. Then we've got Alexandro. Good, yeah.
Don't really know much about him, to be fair, so let's move on.
Lukaku,
There we go, speaking though.
That's harsh, because he had a great season last season, so I think that is very... Very, I don't agree with that.
Jam,
88,
we are. This is
87.
FIFA. What we're discussing.
Yeah. Leno again. I think that is very harsh. I know.
We might be alienating some listeners by the looks of things, but unfortunately, with the Key Yard podcast, you've signed up for a bit of football chat every week. I promise we'll wrap this up soon and get on to more pressing matters like music.
Yeah, Leno though, I think he should be at least 87 or 88, in my opinion.
He's a good keeper. I think Martinez. I want Martinez as our number one.
Yeah,
but like I said, he's apparently going to Villa. He's had a medical. Today, he's going to have a medical this afternoon, apparently, and I'm very sad about it.
Yeah.
Right, should we wrap it? Should we wrap it up there, or should we keep going?
Yeah, Coke, Insigne, Luis Alberto, Icardi, Dick, Depay should be 86, I think. Mahrez,
not from his performance at Man United, no.
Mahrez, yes, fair. Gnabry should be higher.
Gnabry, but talk about ones that got away, Jesus.
Yeah,
we sent him on loan to West Brom, for God's sake.
Coke going for a medal.
And now he's one of the best wingers in the world.
Yeah.
Arguably, best attacking midfielders in the world.
Very, I don't know how you can rate anyone from Bayern Munich less than 87, but that's just me.
Yeah, yes, Jam. A guy called Coke is going for a medical. No, sorry, we're not talking about Coke here. We're talking about Emiliano Martinez from Arsenal, who's our best keeper. going for a medical, and I'm very sad about it because it's probably means he's going to be leaving.
Yeah.
Get to Aston Villa of all places, can't they get Rayner back or something?
So Marquinhos, can you see where it says 87 out of 100? So we are quite near the end of the list. Ziyech, cool. So Chelsea fans may disagree on that, but okay. Ricardo Pereira, yeah, that's pretty fair. I mean, he is a highly rated right back, so you take that as you will.
There we go. There's Werner.
Werner, I think maybe he'll be rated higher at the end of the season. Let's see how things go. Langley, well, it's just Barcelona's entire defense at the moment. So like he was rated higher and now he's just less. So
yeah, it's all good, Jam. I don't expect everyone who comes in here to know that much about football. To be fair, it's just something that we talk about. I mean, I don't know anything about football really, is what I learned.
Yeah, and it's not like every podcast is about football.
I could tell you who plays for Bolton Wanderers in about 2008, but I couldn't tell you who plays for PSG now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Leroy Sané, I think that's a lower rating. He did have a lot of injuries, to be fair. Savage, such a savage rating. No, I don't know.
Very good.
Frankie De Jong, yeah, I think. Donnarumma. I
always love that name, Donnarumma. Sounds like Donnarunner.
Have you ever seen a face
As in
mush?
Donnarunner out of his box.
Have you ever seen a face mush filter on TikTok or anything like that, where it warps your face? That's just what Donnarumma's face looks like.
Oh, poor guy. Leave him alone.
I take no prisoners.
I mean, I can't talk. I slagged off Harry Kane and Kyle Walker.
Bitch.
Only because they play for Spurs.
Yeah, well, that should not get in the way of your human decency, Rob.
Right, okay.
Rashford, he's gone from 83 to 85. So, I still think he should have been like 84.
For humanitarian efforts, he should get 100 out of 100.
Oh yeah, by all means. Well, he's less of a dribbler, so he's not dribbling among his words. Rodri, I would probably say he should be rated higher because he had one of the most consistent performances of the Premier League last season. I didn't know Spurs deserves manners, but hey ho.
I'll
just
my guy, Jam, my guy.
I'll let you off that one. Skriniar, well, Spurs are trying to get him. I think. I don't know what the status is with him. I think they want Ndombele, but we want to keep him. So that was going to swap deal.
I did not want to point out, Scurvy says, that most players either look constipated or not happy to be there at all. That's a fair point.
Well, they're in an EA game, so I can understand.
I mean, I feel like they just get them. It's probably like when musicians do press, they just put them in a massive room and they go, oh, do I have to? Sort of thing.
Yeah.
Next steps their interview. They have to just stand in front of a green screen and try and look happy to be there.
Yeah. It's only when they do skywalks and things like that they're expected to put on more of a happy face. Or name that footballer, those interviews that they get. Next, we've got Matthias de Ligt, and we've got... This is like the last three now. So, de Ligt, he didn't have the best season. So, yeah, I don't know. Kai Havertz. No, I think that's probably the biggest upgrade, Kai Havertz. I think he was in the 70 range in the last game. I'm not too sure, but been rated really highly, and that is one hell of a boost. So, good on him for that.
We are recording this podcast, dear viewer, as football fixtures are going on. So I'm just checking what. So apparently Palace are 1-0 up at Southampton.
Who's their striker at the moment?
Wilfried Zaha.
Oh, he didn't have the best season last time, did he? He only scored 4 goals.
Yeah, well, who knows? Might be different this season.
Oh, he was 84, was he? Oh, okay, my bad. I must have been thinking of someone else.
And Cardiff are 2-0 down to Sheffield Wednesday. So, there you go.
And last but not least, Haaland. And
Haaland.
If you asked Haaland how he felt about that, you say, yeah. And that would be it. That would be the interview over. Have you ever seen his interviews?
I love that. I love that interview.
It's like, how do you feel about that performance? Very good.
I mean, he's like the Robert Smith of footballers. Just doesn't like interviews.
He is the anti,
Takes the mick.
the anti Zlatan, if you will. or someone, I don't know. He's just man of a few words, but Zlatan is like the biggest troll of
Troll
football
ever. Right, should we wrap up the football there then?
Yep, that is football. Didn't take us that long, so lovely.
Hey, it only took us about an hour and a half to go through that.